now I turn into a timeshare sales representative because we are going to do some amazing things next. And it's a little bit complicated. So I know you've been sitting for a while, so we're going to have to kind of rev up here. First thing we're going to do is leave this room. I know it's really cozy and beautiful. And by the way, this backdrop whole scene is Christina. She used to be my minister, and man, she just pulls through. She hasn't been my friend for 40 years, but seems like it. Thank you so much, Christina. The first thing we're going to do is go out these doors, turn left, and go all the way down the hall till it ends. And there's a big gymnasium. And we are going to go in the gymnasium and have a lot of fun and a lot of activities to enjoy. So the first thing when we get in there is we're going to take a group picture. Last year, the picture that you saw was probably half of the group, and we want to get everyone we can this year. So we want to do that first. There's some bleachers. We'll just all gather. Hannah, darling Hannah, is going to take our picture, okay? Then you're free to roam around and do the activities. So some of the activities are very simple, like eating. You get to go eat. How cool is that? And we have this fabulous food brunch committee that has been working really hard on that, and without a kitchen. This is kind of fun. It's kind of like camping. So that's something you can do. It'll be open the whole time that we're in there, so you don't have to eat first. If you had a big breakfast, lucky you, you got up early enough, and you get to wait and eat later. That's fine. Okay, then we have a service project. So as you can see, that top right picture is what it looks like. So Pro-Life Utah has a mobile clinic that Merrilee mentioned, and there are these people, these good people that stand out front and talk to the women going in for their abortions. And we try and change their mind, help them realize that there's something different, something better. And to do that, we hand them a bag like this, okay? So it's just a very simple thing. It has cards that explain a lot of things about abortion and about Pro-Life Utah. It has a pair of socks and a lip gloss, some candy. And we just, on the sidewalk, say, hey, we have a gift for you. And they just can't resist. They just like, why would you give me a gift? What? And it just dissolves all of that stress that they're going through. And then they can have a conversation. And that's how Pro-Life Utah saves babies. So today you are going to assemble these bags through donations. We are going to be able to do 300 bags for Pro-Life Utah. That means the possibility is 300 babies saved. Now, every bag doesn't mean a baby saved, but yours might. That might happen. And this year they have Spanish. So we have Spanish version. We're going to do 100 Spanish, 200 English. The Spanish bags are blue. So if the cards are Spanish, they go in the blue bag. Don't mess it up. Because then Chip, who speaks Spanish, will have to figure it out. Okay. Then we are going to see this beautiful flag over here on the wall, this blue flag. We are going to sign the flag. So there will be a place you can sign the flag. So go do a couple of bags. Please, every single person do at least one. And then sign the flag. We have markers and you sign the flag. Last year, the flag is in the hallway. It was a last minute homemade. I just glued paper on a piece of fabric. So this year it's professional. It's way better. We kind of hid the last year one. Kind of an embarrassment, really. But this one is beautiful, and we want everybody to sign it. And then every year we will have these really cool flags. Okay, then it just keeps going. You guys are going to be just shocked. It's so cool. So we're going to go in. Oh, the wall sticky note activity. Is that the official name? Sticky note activity. Okay, sticky note activity. There's a place where there's questions on the wall, and we want you to put your feelings, your thoughts, your questions on sticky notes and put them on the wall. And then we will try and address those. I think some of them will be for the panel later, and some will be in future social media and on our website. Okay? Is that pretty good? All right. So if you look at your folder, hopefully yours has stuff in it. I don't know how the blank ones got handed out, but they did. So there's a sticker. This is a sticker for you to put wherever you want on your water bottle. Take it to work. You can put it on on your fridge on a little magnet. That'd be cute. There's a card you could use, a business card with our information. Okay, so the main thing we're going to do in that room is this card. It's a bingo card. And what we came up with, well, this is Merrilee's idea. Here we go again. She said in one of our meetings, hey, what if we invite all the pro-life groups that do stuff for people, and we can have all of our group figure out what they want to do in the pro-life world, because it's not out there. We don't know. Like just a regular person, you don't know. You love this idea to help, but how? Like you don't know. And so we put together, we have 14 different groups and individuals that are going to tell you what you can do in the pro-life world to help. So on the front, they're little pictures or their words, and then on the back, they're listed 1 through 14. We would really, really like you to go to every single one, all 14. They all have a handout. That's why you have a folder, is to put all these in it. And then you go home and you look through and you share it with all your friends and family. And then number 2, pro-life support groups. I listed those, and there's a handout with all of those. Those are national organizations that aren't here today necessarily, but they are wonderful, and you can look those up. And there's QR codes. It's very cool. And Bryant Larson did that for me. I was so grateful. Thank you. And then when you feel the Spirit and you decide what you want to do this year, we would love you to figure something out. Say I'm going to throw a baby shower for Pro-Life Utah, or I'm going to tell my coworker and just give them this card and say, you should be part of this movement. It could be money, it could be time, it could be making little crocheted blankets, whatever your heart tells you. And then one of the booths, number 14, needs a little explanation. My good husband is hosting that. When he was a mayor, he had the resolution passed in Highland, where we live. And it is amazing to live in a community where you can say, we have a pro-life community. I think it makes a difference. So he has a handout, very elaborate, how you can do that in your own city or county. And now we have Utah County is a pro-life county, and Highland, I think there's many others that have done it. We were number 2, and it's very cool. So when you decide what you want to do, oh, and thank you, sweetie. I needed 14. I'm like, hey, you want to do the last one? Okay, so when you decide something you want to do, this card is where you write it. And you take this home, you put it on your fridge or on your mirror, and you look at this and say, I'm committing to do this. I would like to help in this world. This conference, Merrilee always says, I'm not going to let you just sit there and feel good. You're going to go motivated, and you're going to be inspired to do something. So that's what we're doing. And then we have a photo booth. You will write your commitment on a whiteboard, get your picture taken, and we're going to use those for social media. It's going to be so fun. So we will have the prayer when we get in there for the food. And I forgot something, evidently. No, you didn't. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't forget something. Oh, Are you donating?
Well, yeah, but I'm also showing. So, 30 years ago, I walked in. Let me get on the mic so he's recording.
Okay, and I'm done.
All right.
I'm gonna get head start.
Go, girl. 30 years ago, I walked into a pregnancy resource center. I thought it was an abortion center, and I was about to give them a piece of my mind. I'm so subtle. So anyway, I go into this abortion, I was pregnancy resource center, and I said, I was really excited present. I had 4 little boys. I said, look, I'm swamped, but I like to crochet. Would you be interested in baby blankets? And they said, sure. And so this is how I started in pro-life work 30 years ago. I still make them 30 years ago. So today is that day for you.
We have the pattern for this in there.
Oh, we have the pattern. Cool. Today is that day for you. Today is that day for you to pick out something wherever you want to start. This is how I started. I started out crocheting. That's it. That's all I had time to do. So I wanted you to see that, to know you don't have to do what we do. You can do what you want to do. So really, all these organizations have just done a marvelous job coming. We really want you to take this to heart. Don't just sit there and chat with your friends at the food table. We want you to pick out 1 or 2 things that you can do and invite your families. We now have all our families involved, don't we? We drag them. And so please invite your families, your children, and your grandchildren, because this is the way we make a difference. All right?
So, the last thing, on your card, the booth people, just mark it with a pen if they come to your booth. If you guys get blackout, you get a prize in there. And then you put your name on a paper, and we have prizes we'll have a drawing, prize drawing. So, we're making it like a party, because that's how I work. And then I would like to have, if they're still in here, anybody that's hosting one of these booths, would you stand, please? Okay, these are the movers and the shakers in the pro-life world in Utah. It's amazing. Thank you so much for helping and coming, and we'll see you in there for the photo. Remember, photo first. Aaron.
Do we come back here after?
We will come back here, thank you. We will come back here. It's on your program, I think, 12:30? No, I think we moved it. Whatever your program says, I don't know. Does it say noon? Okay, you don't get to eat for very long. Just move along. Okay, we'll see you there.
Hello everyone attending virtually. My name is Matt Smith, and today, while you guys are sitting at home, I'm going to do your walking for you, and we're going to go to all the people who have come from various organizations who are pro-life and talk to them about how you can help serve in your communities or other throughout the world. And we'll just go through starting with Rod Mann over here.
Yes.
Excuse me. Rod, can you tell people who you're representing here and how they can help help the pro-life efforts through
Well, what we have here is a resolution that we passed in Highland City about how we value life. Similar resolutions were passed by Riverton and Utah County. So what I'm providing is a copy of the resolution, the dialogue I used to introduce it, tips on how to influence the government in general. How do you interact with council members, mayors, and do it effectively? And then there's a QR code on the paper that takes you to all of that information plus more with links.
That's fantastic.
So
is that something digitally that we can share with our participants after the event?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we get that out to you.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next over here we have the Utah Eagle Forum.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Our virtual attendees want to know who you represent, or about the Utah Eagle Forum, what you do, and how they can help the pro-life efforts through your organization.
Well, we are a pro-life, pro-family organization, and if they go to our website, utaheagleforum.org, They can get information there about things that we do. We are certainly a very pro-life organization. Have been in Utah we've been here for 35 years, but we've been an organization across the nation since 1972, and pro-life is, life and saving babies is one of our main things that we do.
That's fantastic. And what can people do to help? Is there somewhere they can either donate time, effort? Do you have resources for advocacy? What is something that someone who's watching today could take home and do?
Well, like I said, if they go to our website, they can sign up to get our alerts that we send out. And also, we spend a lot of time at the legislature. They can come and help us there, or even from home. There's so many things they can do from home during the legislative session or when they have interim. And we work on a lot of pro-life legislation. We continue to work on pro-life legislation. And so, again, if they go to utaheagleforum.org, they can sign up, and then they'll hear from us. They'll get notices from us, and that's the way they can help.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. Next up. Next over here, we have 40 Days for Life. Just a sec. Excuse me. Do you guys mind if I interrupt here? Our virtual attendees would like to know more about the group you represent, 40 Days for Life, and how they can help. To do that? Okay, I'll grab her. Fantastic.
Well, and not just the building, actually, people that walk by, because a lot of people walk by.
Excuse me.
And
Sorry, do you mind if I interrupt for a second? We have our virtual attendees are getting walked around right now. Can I steal it for just a second to talk to them? Thank you.
Are you like an invisible person? Like there's people behind you?
I'm not invisible.
Oh, hi.
Scott's got us covered.
There's the camera. All right.
Could you just introduce yourself real quickly? What is 40 Days for Life for anyone who hasn't heard of you? And what can people do to through your organization to help serve?
All right, 40 Days for Life is an international program that has been around for quite a while. We've been representing just a point of light here in Utah, at least the Salt Lake area, for praying quietly out in front of the abortion clinic, the one and only Planned Parenthood abortion clinic, which is Planned Parenthood Metro in downtown. And it's we ask volunteers twice a year in the fall campaign for 40 days that leads up to All Saints and Souls Day, and then in the spring campaign that kicks off on Fat Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, that leads to Easter Sunday for 40 days. And 40 days is the time when Christ was in the desert and he was warding off the devil and being very strong and vigilant for all of our sins. So for our own salvation. So in that respect, that's one example of 40 days.
That's a beautiful origin.
Yeah.
And
so we pray
jump
quietly. We do
participate?
visual. They can sign up on the 40 Days for Life /SLC for Salt Lake City. That's just that city. If these are people from other areas,
So
they can
40,
go and find
40 the number, daysforlife.com/SLC.
Right.
Got it.
I don't know if it's .com or .org. It's .com. You're right.
Gotcha.
40 the number 40.
Right.
Daysforlife.com.
Perfect.
Yeah, and they can sign up and for a visual, or they can also pray in their own communities. There's devotional prayer books for each day of the 40 days, and they can fast. Fasting is another way of also participating.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for taking a minute. Can you tell our virtual audience a little bit about what is Students for Life, and specifically how can they support either the organization or volunteer? What resources you have? What can they do to serve more through the Students for Life organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the president of our Pro-Life Club on the BYU campus. We host a lot of events with speakers and apologetics, talking about abortion with our peers. And so we work really hard to build that pro-life community on BYU campus because we think that it's important that Latter-day Saints are involved in this work, and we have the ability to make a really big difference. And so Yeah, so for our club, we post on social media about our events. It's BYUSA Pro-Life Club on Instagram. So attendance at our events is really helpful. There's 1 week in the semester where BYU allows us to fundraise for outside organizations of our choice. So we've fundraised for Pro-Life Utah and for the Refuge, which is a women's shelter. And so supporting us during that week is awesome. We post about that as well. And then just in general for Students for Life, they have some really awesome student fellowship programs. So in the past, I've been involved with the Students for Life Action State Captain Program, which is more lobbying and elections focused. And then this year I'm a student spokesperson, which is all focused on social media, blog writing, and media interactions.
And so students of universities can find their local chapters, but anyone can attend any of your events by following you guys on social media, on Instagram, to know when those are going to happen.
Yes,
so fundraising
yeah.
or other events.
Yeah, so if anyone follows
Perfect.
us on social media, we
And
post everything there.
Can you share that handle one more time?
Yeah, it's at BYUSA Pro-Life Club on Instagram.
All right. Thank you very much, Chloe.
Thank you.
And do you mind if we steal a little of your time?
Sure.
Can you tell me more about who you represent as a group, and then how can people volunteer or serve through your organization or support it?
Yeah, so I'm with the Pregnancy Resource Center. We have a location in Salt Lake City and American Fork. And so, of course, we help women facing unexpected pregnancies, providing services at no charge, pregnancy tests, ultrasound exams, STI testing, and then ongoing support, parenting support for moms and dads. We have mentorship programs for fathers, which is really amazing, to help them understand their role and how they can be protectors and providers for their family. And so ways to get involved is we have different events like this throughout the year that you can help partner with us in. Help spread awareness, honestly, is a big thing. So following us on social media, Pregnancy Resource Center on social media, and helping to share those posts. We don't have the budget of some of the large abortion providers, as we know, and so helping
spread the word, right?
Spread the word that we exist.
And moms know that.
Yes,
they can
and this
get
is
help.
where you can go to get
Okay,
help
awesome.
and hope. Yes. Is there? Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And is there somewhere you'd send people if they wanted to contribute or donate or volunteer?
Sure. So our website, prcslc.org, and there's all kinds of information there about volunteering, donating, events coming up, ways to get involved.
Perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Linda. All right. Is it live? Can I ask you guys now, for our virtual audience over here, to explain who you're representing here, or what people can do to volunteer more, serve more in the pro-life space through your organization?
Well, what we did in our community, in our local festival, we had a booth to make people aware of the pro-life organization in Utah, as well as Latter-day Saints for Life. We had a bake sale, and we had not a raffle.
Prize drawing.
We had a prize drawing. It drew people in, and we had the information there. We had the little feet pins to give out, which was a big hit, as well as the treats. And
Pro-Life Utah supplied us with the little gestational period of the fetus, and it showed the cycle, and the kids loved to be able to look at that, and they loved the little feet pins. They would go tell their family members or cousins, and they would come back getting some more. It was really successful.
That's awesome. So you guys are showing how you could do a booth like that, basically.
Yes.
That's fantastic. It's a great idea.
thank you.
Thank you guys so much for your time. Can we steal you for a moment?
Sure.
Dawn, can you tell us about Itsy Bitsy and how people can serve or help in the pro-life service, whatever it is you're doing?
Okay, well, they're told that they give them any supplies for the first year for the baby that survives. So these are all things that can be donated to be used for these new babies. Here we have a widget, kind of a widget toy that makes a little sound.
Fun.
And here's a bib. There's smaller bibs. These are burp claws. We've got receiving blankets, and we have crocheted, or you can knit, whatever you prefer to do. And for a lot of these, there's no given size or anything, just whatever you use for your babies, or, you know.
That's one of my, and these go to the moms who were considering an abortion,
but they decided to keep the baby. They
They
tell the mothers that if they will keep the baby, they'll give them everything they need for the first year. So this is stuff that can be given to the babies, to the moms before they have the baby, and the baby uses them.
That's fantastic. And how can people donate? Where do they need to go? Is there an address, a website, or just a purse of the call?
Suzanne is my neighbor, so I give it to her and let her worry about it. But not everybody lives around the corner.
So talk to Suzanne if you have something you want to add to this
or
pile.
any of the sisters that are working that spoke today.
Gotcha.
Any of them could take it or tell you what to do with it.
All right, thank you. Yep, so anyone in Latter-day Saints for Life leadership, babies need a lot. I have one right now, so I
They do, and they go through it because they spit on it and they pee on it. And
that's, and helping moms, that's fantastic. That's what Elder Anderson asked us to do. Love it. Thank you so much, Don.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
Okay. We're moving next. Next we're going to be talking to Tammy. Excuse me. We're going to butt ourselves in line here. Hang on.
Nancy James, Latter-day Media. Yep.
Do you mind if I interrupt with our virtual audience?
Oh, okay.
And let them know who you represent, what's this org, what you do, and what they can do to help out.
Okay, I'm with Families for Liberty, and we just had a big event. We had about 170 people, and Merrilee was there, and I was supporting Latter-day Saints for Life, and I collected pregnancy clothes and pregnancy books and had collected cards, and if they wanted to bring food or things for babies as well. But I was supporting the moms, and I have a flyer that teaches organizations, or maybe it's just a Latter-day Saint member who goes to the Relief Society president and says, let's collect items and then donate them to Latter-day Saints for Life or Pro-Life Utah. What we teach is the 28 Principles of Liberty, and that's from Cleon Skousen. And that way we believe that when Mao, as a communist, took over, he said families could only have one child. Many babies have been murdered since then. So we teach the gospel of Jesus Christ has to be taught at the same time as the gospel of liberty. And these 28 principles transcend parties and politics. My parents are a different affiliation than I am, but we need to be teaching. And so we teach free classes on Thursdays. If you go to familiesforliberty.net, and they're on Zoom, and we're going to teach the Naked Communists the next 2 weeks, which Cleon Skousen wrote, and Harold Bewley held up in conference that said to read it. Oops, sorry. So I believe that if we lose our liberty, we'll be forced into even murder, right? And that's what happened with Mao. And
defend
so
the right to
we have
defend
to,
the helpless.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And one more time, where people can go to sign up for classes or learn more was, what was that?
So we have a Facebook page called Families for Liberty, Instagram page Families for Liberty, and our Rumble channels right now called Utah Moms for America. We're switching it to Families for Liberty, and it's familiesforliberty.net. And if you want to text me, it's 805-905-0069, and Tammy Hirsch, and I'll help you.
Tammy.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk to Jeremy over here.
All kinds of groups and special interests, like fetal anomalies and stuff like that. Yes, sir. Hi.
Sorry to interrupt, but our virtual audience wants to know things too.
Sure. Are we attending live?
We are live.
Hi, gang. Thanks for coming by.
We'd love to know, Jeremy, about who you're representing here.
Sure.
And how people can help.
Sure thing. So I'm here with Sidewalk Advocates for Life. This is our training manual. Sidewalk Advocates for Life is a national organization that trains and mentors people to meet abortion-vulnerable and abortion-minded women and couples in their moment of need. I was just kind of joking with somebody. Sometimes people get nervous about engaging with couples because they think, oh, I don't want to be a protester. I don't want to, do I need to learn how to protest? That is not this program. This is laser focused on the needs of the woman who is there because she's there for a lack of something in her life.
So not the Grim Reaper costume.
Right, yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
So if you saw that in the presentation, that's right. So there are different approaches to this, but Sidewalk Advocates for Life is based on, 30 years, 40 years of best practices on how to actually connect with someone who is in crisis. We're not there, and get this, so I'm going to say something that usually, so for our viewers at home, usually I kind of look people in the eye, because we're not there, hear this, we're not there on the sidewalk to say babies' lives matter. We're not there to say don't kill the unborn. We're not there for that. That sounds weird. We are there to say to a woman who is on the scene and feeling hopeless, we're here for you. Miss, something in your life has gone wrong. Talk to us about it. This is not the end. You have other options. We're here to help you. So Sidewalk Advocates for Life talks about how to make sure that when we are engaging in the public, that we are doing so in a merciful way, in a way that addresses the need of the human being right in front of you and the human being in her womb, and saying, you know what, in the 30 seconds to 60 seconds that I might have to talk to you, I'm not going to ideologically change anybody's mind. I'm not going to wrestle someone to the ground and suddenly, the heavens are going to open. We're here to say, you know what, we recognize your pain and your problem, and there is an alternative to what you're planning to do right now. So everything that we do is laser focused on the lady, on her baby, and then we can have discussions that are longer and more complicated later on. But this is an intervention program that is mercy speaking, yeah.
That's fantastic. And learning better ways to not argue with those in need of comfort,
That's right.
Comfort those, right?
That's right.
Where can people go to receive this training or learn more?
Sure.
Help
So
out?
So this is a national program, Sidewalk Advocates for Life. So wherever you are attending from, you can go to sidewalkadvocates.org, and there are operating chapters very likely at an abortion facility or an abortion referral facility near you. Usually what they'll do is they'll kind of adopt the program, and then they'll start doing local trainings and things like that. So at sidewalkadvocates.org, you can look at a map of the relevant areas near you and find out if there's already a chapter there. If there's not, you can receive training and start one. It's a nationally supported program. They're great on social media. The people who run this program are awesome, and they'll get you connected to a lot of other organizations and resources. If you are in Utah and just couldn't make it here today, I am sort of the chapter chair for Utah, so we operate in Salt Lake City and we operate in Orem, Utah. I operate under the umbrella of our ProLifeUtah.org coalition. If you get involved with Pro-Life Utah, this is actually part of our training program, onboarding for any new volunteers, because this kind of program really sets the tone, the countenance. It's what our posture and our attitude is in everything we do, not just in intervention. So I might talk to you then if you're in Utah, but sidewalkadvocates.org, Sidewalk Advocates for Life.
Thank you so very much.
Sure thing. No problem. Thanks, guys.
We've got 2 more places to go. First, we're going to hear from Pro-Life Utah that Jeremy was just telling us about. And then we'll, of course, talk to Latter-day Saints for Life leadership. And Aaron or Deanna? Can I grab one of you?
She's better.
Okay. We'll take better.
It's been politicized. Yeah.
Excuse me. Can I interrupt for a second with our virtual audience? All right. Right over here. Yeah, we're hiding right there. We want to know, first off, can you tell us quickly what is the Pro-Life, it's Pro-Life Utah, right?
Yes.
I started to say it wrong.
Pro-Life Utah does Pro-Life Utah and March for Life. So.
And how can people help, volunteer, support, what can they do to serve with Pro-Life Utah?
Sure. So if you want to go to prolifeutah.org, you can go down to the bottom, you can sign up and fill out a volunteer request,
application?
Yeah, kind of. It's just a few questions. You can donate, or you can do what we call our service opportunities section, and that's some of what we have today. If you want to get your family involved or your Relief Society involved, you can do some of these group opportunities. So we have, you can host a baby shower, you can put together baby supply kits, you can do a baby supply drive. Some of those ideas are right there at the bottom of our website under service opportunities, and you can do those.
And guidance on how to do that.
Full instructions, and the person that you would contact for that is all there. So that's kind of fun. And then also there are so many service opportunities if you would like to get involved personally on a more consistent basis. You can be in our women's support team. That would be where you would support the women who are seeking an abortion. They each get 2 of our volunteers to be their friend and support base and help them through their pregnancy journey.
We
The
have
whole time?
The whole time
That's
and
fantastic.
after.
Love it.
And so that's one of the things that I think is probably the most rewarding in our organization is getting to know these women and supporting them. We take them to appointments or be there for them emotionally or whatever it is that they need. A lot of our women are coming from not a very good circumstance or situation, and so their support team utilizes the monetary amount that we give each woman to get her from where she's at to a place where she's ready for her baby. So sometimes that means getting her a stable place to live or helping her find a job, whatever it is that she needs to be able to go from, I was going to walk into an abortion clinic because I can't provide for a baby, to I'm ready for baby. That's what that support team does for her, emotionally and utilizing that monetary grant.
That's incredible. And so anyone in Utah can obviously help
Yes.
by volunteering directly. Anyone can
Yes.
donate, and if anyone's outside of Utah, still a great place to go get ideas and guidance on how they can do wherever they are.
Yes.
Sounds like.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you so
Yep.
much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Oh, are you talking virtuals right now?
Yeah, I am. Did we just steal you up at just the right time? Hey, what a coincidence. We were going to talk about Latter-day Saints for Life, and we happened to just interrupt Merrilee's attempt to escape us.
I am not escaping. How are you? I'm so proud of you out there, but you get to wear your jammies. Cheaters. That's awesome. So fun.
So clearly everyone has, in the beginning of this conference, learned a little bit about what Latter-day Saints for Life is, where it came from, whatever. But for what we have here, for ways to serve, can you go through with us and just help people know what they can do to protect the sanctity of life that they can find through Latter-day Saints for Life?
Right, so this one's for Latter-day Saints for Life. We've got printouts, but you can find them all on our website, okay? So just go there, and we have descriptions of home evenings you can have with your family. And I have all adult kids, but I use these to have conversations with my adult kids as well. And then we have ideas for, like I said, things you can do with your family, things you can do with your ward and in spreading the doctrine. So that's with Latter-day Saints for Life. Like I said, all on the website. Just go in there, look under the tab Resources, okay? And then just click down on Resources, and all this stuff is going to be there for you. And I just had a conversation with a couple of Relief Society presidents who said, I think I'm going to do a baby shower and hold an activity in my ward. I'm like, yes, please do. I'm doing one in my ward in 3 weeks. So that's a great way to start. And after Elder Anderson's talk, who told us to do this, party on, guys. Great way to start that, okay?
Yeah, it's time to go. Game on. Thanks so much for your time.
You bet.
And you guys heard it. There's plenty of ways to go serve in your wards, talk about things. There's resources here. We're going to send at the end of this links to other organizations that couldn't be here today. But until we start the next stream, thanks for tuning in. Grab yourself some lunch. We're going to have a big afternoon. Thanks.